What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. So today we're talking about different versions of salons.
Yes.
Some different structures. Pros and cons, how to plan for your end goal. So stay tuned if you're a business owner. At the end, I think we'll talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Go back and give episode 10 a listen if you haven't. That's where we talk about a lot of the freedoms and stuff that we provide for our employees and
At Hello.
Yeah. At Hello specifically. So that would be a good reference for you there. Welcome to the Hello Hair Pro podcast. My name's Todd. I'm here with my business partner and wife, Jen.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Good. I guess that's it. That's our intro. Oh, you know what I want to mention? So Marley, our son, if you're watching on YouTube, he gave me this for Christmas. So it says, it's a sweatshirt. It says, best dad ever.
He went on Zazzle and he had a code and he was very excited to shop for his family on Zazzle.
And he smiles so big every time I put it on. So I was like, you know what? We're recording. Should I wear this? And Marley was like, yes, please.
I got a coffee mug.
Here we are.
But, we have to use matching here. So we can keep all our OCD fans in check.
It's mostly our staff.
True.
All right. So there are three, I think, main structures that we're going to talk about today. So commission salons, which is what we run at Hello Hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to talk about booth renting and suite renting, which are very similar, but there are some differences there.
Yeah, for sure.
And you could dive into, I'm sure there are other options. You could build a salon or a shop at your house. There are legal ways to do that.
Yeah. There's obviously many variations.
But we'll stick to these three. These are, I believe these are the main three right now, at least.
Yeah. And through most of our podcasts, we talk about the top two, but suites are kind of a different way for booth renting. And I think people out there that have started listening and asking lots of questions, we might as well touch upon the three so we can give you as much information as possible to make you successful.
Agreed. Let's do it. So let's start with, we're going to talk about pros and cons or pros and challenges or whatever. So we'll start with the commission structure. So this is as an employee.
Yes.
This is what you would be looking for. The worker, the person doing the work behind the chair. So this isn't necessarily, although owners will get value out of this, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to look at the pros and cons from the stylists.
The service providers
and the
point of view.
And the barbers and whoever estheticians.
That's why I try to say service provider because I feel like it encompasses.
I always feel like when I say service provider, I'm going to piss someone off because they're like, we're artists, which is fine. I'm not saying,
service artists. However you want to do it. I always say stylist because that's my background. And then I feel like I'm not talking to everybody else. So I try to keep it general just so it's, in this case, it's to anybody that is providing a service artistically. How's that?
Gotcha. Yeah, that works. I just don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah.
So commission, there are some benefits, a lot actually. The first one I have on my list is you get to do your job and then you get to go home.
Yeah, that's like the most amazing one ever. It's one that I miss sometimes.
Really nothing.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. There's really nothing else to worry about.
You put your creative hat on, you do your job, take it off, and you go home, and your day is done, and you collect a check.
So your products are supplied.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do want to
Go ahead.
Specify. I said that word
right.
Clarify. When we were laying this out, I do realize a lot of commission salons do things differently. We are going to go off the way that we structure our commission salon because that's what we know best, and that's how we do it at Hello Hair Co. So some of these, if your salon doesn't do it, I don't know what to tell you. Reach out.
So some of these...
But this is how we set up our commission salon at Hello Hair Co.
Yes. And if you're somebody listening, some of these pros could be a con.
Yeah.
If you're at a different salon.
Depending on where you are.
That's run differently.
So yes, products are supplied, minus like your scissors and stuff. But
products.
The day-to-day products that a salon should supply are readily available.
So you don't have to worry about that. You just come in, everything should be there. Now, again, that could be viewed as a con because if the salon owner or manager, whoever is that's in charge of these things and restocking color or whatever, if they suck at their job,
you never have what you need.
You don't have that. But at a well-run commission salon, all of your products are there. We can't we deal with it, but we can't account for all the time things that are back ordered or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a new world right now. So
95% of the time we have what you need, or we can get it.
A different solution even for that, yeah.
Your pay. So with us, your pay is honest and straightforward. It's very clear. The commission rate.
And it's open.
Yes.
There's no hidden commission rates.
Exactly. I have that. No hidden fees.
Yeah. Or hidden fees. Yeah, there's that too.
So your commission is your commission. There are no fees. Nothing comes off of that. You know exactly what you're getting. At our salon, we happen to run our pricing based on time. So you know your rate times hours booked is your paycheck. Or what
your
percent
commission
of
off of that, yeah.
That's it. You don't have to look through all sorts of reports and different percents and figuring things out and whatever. Taxes are taken out. Taxes are accounted for. Taxes are dealt with. You don't have to do it.
Your W-2, you get your thing. You do your jam at the end of the year, and you enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure.
Super simple.
So schedule's up to you. Now, I know that's not true at
Again,
a lot
that's
of
our salon, yeah.
A lot of salons
it's flexible, it's
that
open.
are commissioned, but your schedule, if we have a chair open on a Wednesday and you want to work Wednesdays, perfect. If we have a chair open on a Wednesday and you don't want to work Wednesdays, perfect. It doesn't matter to us. Yeah. Obviously, we want people working, but those are the flexibility. Yeah, those are the flexibilities.
And honestly,
that we
anybody that is an artist is going to thrive in an environment that works for them and their schedule and their life. And that's how they're going to be the most creative and the happiest employee in a commission salon. So that's why that's so important.
Agreed. So your schedule is up to you. Your pricing is also up to you at our salon. Mm-hmm. Now, I know a lot of commission salon. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So with all of this freedom comes responsibility and a lot of coaching. We coach the shit out of our staff, and it's great.
We'll never let you fail or fall on your ass. Hell no.
I let people fail sometimes. It's where we learn.
Okay, a positive failing. But you're not going to fall flat on your ass.
No,
We're there for you.
No, I got you. So unlimited time off, I know that's probably not at your average
I love this
salon,
one because some people, if everyone asked for the same Saturday off, then the salon would just close. Totally fine with that. Don't have a problem with it. I think it's a beautiful place to live, and everybody should have freedom of the time off they need. Yeah.
So I worked in restaurants for a long time. I know you know that. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast at all, but there was so much fucking stress revolved around the schedule. If you needed a day off, you had to sprint. Well, you had to drive across town, sprint into the general manager's office to request it in a little book that looked like this one that you have here. And if somebody else's name was there before yours,
you're done.
You probably weren't getting the day off. That's insane.
Yeah. So we also request time off. You don't have to request, but just let us know. We want to know who's in the salon and who's not, but that's also done virtually. You don't have to come in or anything like that. Also something, I don't think we had it down, but someone that just came on our team, one of the huge benefits that she loved was mental health days. So sometimes you just need a day off. You don't need an excuse. You don't need a letter from your doctor. You don't need that you've taken 17 COVID tests, because that's a thing right now too.
Stupid.
You might just need a day off, and we are very open to any of that. So if your day off is just, I need a day, cool, take it. Like, that's it. We offer some paid time too, but truly whatever time off that you need, it's yours to take at whatever freedoms you need for those days. You don't have to have an explanation.
Yeah, you don't have to text me and then not post that you're at the beach.
Yeah.
I want you to be at the beach.
Yeah,
you
it's
should
just
be
a
at the
day
beach
off.
if
You don't
it's
need
nice. Right
to
now,
come up with something that you think that's going to make us like more so say yes to your day off. It's
just
I
take
need a
the fucking day. Yeah.
You don't need an excuse.
I always joke with people. I'm like, if you ever get invited on like a last minute vacation,
go.
People are like, when would I don't know. But if it happens, take the fucking time off. Like, go. Who knows? Maybe you won something on a radio show. Maybe we do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Someday. I love that. Get some more sponsors.
Okay.
So unlimited time off, choice of services offered. So this again is at our salon. I know some salons and shops don't run this way, but we believe that you should provide the services that you want to provide, do the work, create the art that you want to create and do. And that's it.
Again,
don't
live in a land that makes you happy.
Yeah. If you just don't like doing extensions, don't do them.
Yeah.
If you don't like doing makeup and a wedding comes up and we need someone to do makeup, say no.
Yeah.
I don't do makeup. Great. We'll find somebody else. So this is a big one for me. And this is a pro that comes with a commission salon, but a digital marketing and a marketing in general plan is handled by us. So we are constantly, and we hired this out or commissioned it out or whatever, however you want to say it.
You did it for as long as you could until no longer, it was kind of you're like, I can't take this any
keep up
further.
with it. I can't, I don't know how to move it forward to where it needs to be. And I could have kept plugging away at it and learning. Of course, you can learn anything online, but.
And in today's world, I mean, your presence on the internet is everything.
Agreed. So
we have
even more stuff in the works, which I'm excited to share. We're not going to share it today, but I'm excited to share when we do get there. And this all came from hiring somebody because it freed up time to then look at things. But so as far as, I think I'm getting a little off topic, but as far as how that benefits an employee is that they don't have to do it. They don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. While they're sleeping, we're promoting marketing or we have someone doing that for them. So that's so amazing on a commission sense because you as a employee of Hello or any salon, I guess, we want you to understand.
We just booked a wedding. How funny is
great,
that?
Cool.
Somebody just messaged.
I love
and they
weddings.
were like, hey, we'll take that.
Bringing it back.
We'll take the date in blah, blah, blah. Yeah, September.
Super cool. But so one of the things that's really important because as a commissioned employee, and I think commission salons get a bad rap, but I think it's very important to explain to your staff or to your employees what you're doing for them. So obviously what you're doing for them when they're in your salon working, but what you're doing for them when they're not in your salon working, while they're sleeping, while they're out with their friends, how you're building their foundation is so important. And if you're constantly doing that for them, they can see the value of why they're in a commissioned salon and what that allows them to do while they're not working to just enjoy their life. And having that digital marketing is huge for them to understand that, like, while they're not there, Todd and I have somebody that's in charge of that so that they can, I guess, sleep better knowing they're taken care of and that we're always trying to build their books.
Mm-hmm. It is important to recognize that it's a two-way street. So it's not just don't promote yourself and sit around.
Well, we always coach to that anyway. So at this point, I was saying the positive of what we can do, right?
Correct. Yeah. I just wanted to point that out, that it's definitely a two-way street.
Yeah. We use Slack as our communication today with a staff member of what I need from them, on their front, because they want certain things and like just a general reminder. And guess what? She kicked ass all day today on social media.
Awesome.
Maybe you can even know who that is since I just said it.
I know who it is.
Yeah. Just my friendly reminder for her.
So I forget where I was going next with that, but I had another point. We'll come back to it if it pops in my head. But I do want to say that is important. And I want to say that we always fill in our team. I think that's where I was going. So that they understand what we're doing behind the scenes. We're not just like, trust us, and then we do stuff.
No. I
break down everything. I'm an open book. I love it. Well, we do a fucking podcast and we just share everything. You should share everything.
It's not a hidden secret.
No. There's no secrets. So I
want to share it because I truly do want, and I know you do too, like I want everyone to have the success they want. Mm-hmm. And with the right information, they can maybe view their situation either more successful than they thought it was or make different decisions because they have real information. And that's just why we're here, to be honest.
Makes sense. So that's what I had for pros.
Okay.
Do you have any more pros?
I'm sure I could come up with a bunch, but I think that's pretty good.
That is good.
It. Moving on.
So let's talk about some challenges and some cons to a commission salon. So
first are all the shitty commission salons that are out there, if we're being honest.
Yeah, if we're going to be honest. So I have in my notes that a toxic ass environment comes to mind.
Okay.
So I've seen that a lot.
And as you all know, I ran one before, so I can speak to this very freely.
Yeah, so we've had Hello going on our second year open, I believe, from the pandemic weirdness. And I worked for you at your last salon for maybe a quarter, maybe a little more. You owned that for approximately 10 years.
Yeah.
Before that, you worked for yourself in various aspects of renting and things like that. So we have a pretty extensive background with it. A lot of commission salons, this is a huge one too, and I chuckle because this shit doesn't need to be this way, but they lack leadership, and I'm talking about real.
They
leadership.
Very much, and I'll talk
real
to
leadership.
that. Even salons I'm in currently,
not a boss, not somebody telling you what to do, but leadership where you're having conversations with your staff. You're trying to figure out what they want, what they need, what their desires are, so that you can coach them and help them get there.
Whatever they may be.
I assume at some point somebody is going to leave our team and want to open their own salon. I assume that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I still give away everything I have to give. I'm not.
I want to help you be successful.
Correct.
In all aspects of your career.
And if you're not doing that, you need to take a look in the mirror, ask yourself why. And this is to the owners, obviously. And if you're not receiving that, and you're a stylist or a barber, or esthetician, or whatever, service artist, whatever you are, figure out where to go. Look for a salon that is offering that
I can
stuff.
give this piece of advice because I, as you know, I like to explain some of the stuff that I fell flat on my face with, but only so that people understand this is.
I'm joking. Yeah.
This is the real world. So there was a time in my previous salon that we were trying to make some moves to become more profitable. We were never really profitable, but we had very technically skilled stylists. That's what I had in my salon, was stylists. And we weren't able to capitalize on the money that was coming in. We weren't able to profit. So,
by the way, we're talking about, I'm just going to say it, but we're talking about millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars were coming through the salon. But at the end of the year, our revenue was negative. So we needed to do some stuff within our profit. Sorry, thank you. Was negative, which was just another hilarious story that I could get into another time. Anyway, so fast forward.
We're millionaires.
Yeah, that story.
Sorry.
Oh, some of you know it. Oh, God. We're millionaires.
Some people listening know that.
I hope you all laugh if you are listening to that one, because that was just funny. But so we want to profit the salon. We need the salon to start to profit, and we need to make some changes within it. We need to make some updates. We need to do some stuff. But in order to make these updates, at this point, if our staff leaves, we're investing money and the staff's gone. So what do? The dumbest fucking thing you could ever do in your life. We put in a non-compete. Like
stupid. If you've been following me
and try to make it look pretty.
Yeah, that was a stupid
Which
move.
was, we want to do this stuff for you, but if you leave and open up a salon next door, then, we'll fall flat on our face. Our problems were not theirs. Holy shit.
No.
Do this. I did this many of times.
If your salon owner is making their problems yours, run.
So here's what the smart people at the staff did at the time. They left. And we were like, are you kidding me? This is why we put this in. They should have left. It was dumb. It didn't make sense. They felt like we were hurting the culture, which we were. They felt like...
Killed it. You killed it.
Everything that we had.
I just want to point out also to our audience that I was not there at this time. This was pre-Todd.
And we had a business coach. We were coached into
shitty
this.
One.
I know.
A terrible one.
So there's another whole part. Like we were trying... We were coached poorly.
She sucked.
We stopped leading because we thought the business coach we hired was going to lead us better. There was just so many things. But what we did to try to protect a business and help it grow and help these stylists get even better in their career, we literally just killed it. It was awful. So don't do that. Don't try to put your business problems on your staff. They don't need to be included in that. They literally, if you have employees, commission employees, they should just be able to come and be creative, and you should just be building them. Mm-hmm. Period. Anyway, that was
it doesn't need to always be rainbows and
learned.
unicorns, but it needs to be a positive work environment. Even when you have to talk to somebody about, say, they make a mistake, or say somebody leaves the heat on or the lights on, whatever. It doesn't need to turn into this terrible thing. And
I address
have
that
a conversation.
Specific person. I'm not like this. Oh, don't forget to turn the heat off. I'm like, hey, so-and-so, you left the heat on. Can you just remember next time? Like, shit,
just
sorry.
like people's, I'm getting way off track here, but people's cancellation policies on Instagram where passively aggressively post that shit at your clients. Stop fucking doing that. Thanks for listening.
Your policy should be
the next one that I have here is something that recently came to my attention about hidden fees.
Yeah.
So a lot of salons, now we don't do this. Your pay is your pay. We take care of a lot. Mm-hmm. We even supply... Well, we have blow dryers that come from the ceiling, so you're not taking that on and off. So we supply the blow dryers.
Yeah.
We supply a lot of stuff for barbering. We supply all of the lash.
So your
supplies.
commission is literally your commission. You don't have to take off everything else. And
I also want to point out that is written down. It's a handbook. We call it a playbook because it sounds a little more fun. But we have that. It's all written down. So our staff can look at that and know exactly what they're expected to bring, which is their general tools, scissors, clippers, whatever.
Your specifics.
And we even have backups of that stuff because we understand
just
bad days happen.
Or you want to try new stuff.
Someone the other day was like, shit, I forgot my bag that has the clips in it. I have no clips. And then somebody else was like, oh, there's clips over here. You can use these ones. Perfect.
But a lot of salons
there are no hidden fees.
Hiding those fees. So you think you're making a certain commission, but then when you take all the fees off, your commission is way less. They make it so confusing. So you don't really, you don't really understand actually what you're getting paid on or for.
Right. We pay 50% commission, and then there's 12% fees.
So you're really at what, 38%?
38.
Yeah.
So,
but you think it's 50, but you're not understanding that, and that's so just.
And that's a way to trick
correct.
people that are coming out of school that don't understand whatever. But all right, so let's move on.
Yeah.
So renting.
Yeah.
So I have a smart ass one here. So here's a pro with renting. You get to create your own logo. So you're gonna
and pick your paint color. Maybe I don't know. Actually, not
renting.
Maybe a salon suite.
A suite.
You could do that. Okay. Yeah. Just pick your own logo.
So honestly,
it doesn't matter.
The pros are mostly the same as above. The ones that we listed for our salon that work for us under a commission sort of structure, those are all the same.
Yes. At our salon, exactly that. We offer those same freedoms that you would get from renting because we realize that the direction the industry is moving in, that's what people want. And it's what most owners should want too. I don't want to micromanage or babysit my staff.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it later, but people want those freedoms, but they also want to feel part of a community and a team.
Yeah. Agreed. And that's what you get from the commission salon that not always do you get from
that is
renting.
Not afraid of people leaving or people stealing clients or something like silly like that. So
but yes, they're very much the same as what we offer at Hello.
So we don't need to run back through those. It's all the same thing. So you pick your own schedule. You I just messed up my notes here. So you
have your flexibility, your time off.
Yeah, you have your flexibility of schedule. You can set your pricing, all that stuff. So some cons, the taxes are not removed. Correct. We've got to figure that out. So we've actually talked to a few people that were like, holy shit, I should hire an accountant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need to hire your whole entire network of people that are going to do the behind the scenes work that we're doing that for you at your commission salon. And you might not even realize that that's what was happening for you.
Right. So we did an episode. It's episode 18. I have it in my notes of building your network. Now, you might not need exactly our network, but you do need a network. You're going to need, go back and listen to that episode. There's also on the blog post if you go to our website under Hello Hair Pro, you'll see my blog on there. And I wrote it all out if you prefer to read. But it's episode 18, and on the website, I think it's just building your network. And you need a lawyer. You need an accountant. You need, off the top of my head, I can't think of all the other shit because we went through this earlier. And whatever, but
those are two big ones. And depending on where you're at, you might need plumbers and that kind of stuff too. But generally with renting, you're going to need at least the lawyer and you're going to need an accountant. Those are just two things you should have on hand.
Two basics. Yeah. Another con that I see is that marketing falls on you. And I feel like that's a big one because I don't think people actually realize what marketing is. Yeah.
It's so much work.
We are going to do...
or so expensive. If you want to look at that.
Yeah. So actually, when you look at what's involved with it, it's not. It's a cost to a business, and it's a chunk of money. But you can't avoid it.
Right.
Not that we're trying to avoid it, but I'm glad to pay the money we pay to get the things that we get.
Yeah.
If that
and
makes
as
sense.
a one independent person, that might be...
You're going to be limited.
That investment might be too much depending on what you worked out for what you want to make from your business. There's probably not a lot left to invest in that for what you need to keep growing yourself.
That was an interesting sentence, like what you've worked out that you want to make from your business. Do you think most people have worked out Or you think they just slide into a rental situation?
I don't think most people.
I make 100% now.
I don't think most people have worked it out. I would.
No, I've seen people go into rental situations, and now this is not. I'm not saying renting is bad because it's not. It's good for some people.
So here's the thing, too.
Great for some
people.
people.
And if you haven't worked out those numbers, find a coach to help you do that.
Well,
let's get you ahead from here.
Well, I was just going to say, I've seen examples of people moving from commission to a rental situation and lowering their prices. What the fuck are you doing?
Because like now I work for myself, so I'm going to make all the money.
I make all the money.
You have so much overhead, it's insane. And if you don't think you do, then I don't know what you're missing in the equation. Because
Uncle Sam shows up first. Jen if you're not watching, Jen just punched the microphone.
By accident.
She's getting violent. It's ridiculous.
No, I just want success for everybody. And I think a lot of people think this, go independent, make my logo, and I'm going to be successful.
Automatic success.
And that's
not how it works.
So many underlying things you need to take into consideration in order for that success to truly be there long term and short term.
Agreed. So marketing is a big one, and that, unfortunately, when you're working for yourself, which is
falls on you.
Which is what renting a booth or a suite or whatever is, that falls on you. So you've got to do it. So a salon suite, I would say, is pretty much the same as above. One of the pros or cons, depending on how you look at it, it's a smaller environment. Yeah. So if you're somebody that is, I like the one-on-one, I like it really small, I don't want things going on around me, that might be a pro.
Right. I see, I've some stylists that I know that are coming out of chain salons, they think, because then they get in it and they're missing some of the community that they thought they didn't like, but are looking for that smaller environment. Like you said, I see a lot of stylists that I've talked to that have been doing hair as long as I have. We joke 62 years, but it's 23. And unfortunately, they've been surrounded by so much toxic environments. They just want to be by themselves with their client. But then those same people I talk to, and they get in that, and then they're lonely and they're not feeling as creative or as inspired as they were with some of their coworkers when they're not around.
Yeah, and I've even talked to some of those people. We've had people in recently, clients of yours that are also stylists who have gone off from commission salons to rent, and then they quickly are like, I have to get back into educating, or I was
just gonna say, and I'm working with some of them to try to get them on some educating teams to help them get that inspiration and feel creative, and some of that community. And that's sort of what I like to coach to, or help people that maybe have made some decisions and they weren't exactly what they thought they were going to be, but let's see what else we can do to make them better.
So in a suite, now I might think a suite is cool. Like a suite would be cool for me. I'm just throwing in my 2 cents. Like if it was like a part-time thing. Like if I was going there once in a while.
Yeah.
But that's not the idea.
No,
the idea is that you rent it yourself.
Or, so the suite I was in December with some people, I was
2 people,
I was teaching.
Whatever.
There was 2 of them. One's very part-time, so the other one's there mostly by herself. And there's just logistics to that too.
Mm. So those are the 3 big ones, and those are the pros and cons, or pros and challenges, or I don't even know if they're challenges or cons. They're just things to think about.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main message that we try to get out to people.
Think about it.
Is you need to look at everything, think about and consider everything, or at least try to really fucking hard, because you're going to miss some stuff. So the more time and effort you put into figuring out which one works best for you, the better off you'll be.
Yeah. And if you're overwhelmed laying it out, that's where you would hire a coach to help you.
Go on our website. There's a button on there now, our website, and then pull up the tab Hello Hair Pro, and there's a button to book a call. You can book a call with us, and we will work through your specific scenario. We've done it a couple times now for people, and it's really rewarding for us.
It might even make you happy in your current situation you didn't even realize you were happy in.
We actually did a coaching call, intro call, whatever you want to call it, for someone recently. They left where they were at and they joined our team,
which was so exciting.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I wanted to work with her, so I was really happy.
That wasn't going in. I'm being 100%
not the intention. You were truly trying to help her.
Not the intention.
Yeah.
At all. It just happened that it worked out.
Yeah,
and
our
she was
fit
like,
and vibe all just came together.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
And she was a great fit. She's a great fit.
Yes.
Shout out. So, all right. How do we choose? Like, so I'm a stylist or a barber. How do I figure out, and I'm going to ask you because you've done
all of them.
All of them. So
I'll even go back to where I could think of one place I was renting, and I will consider that would have been your modern day suite.
Gotcha. So how do I nail that down? So I've got all these pros and cons, but how do I pick?
You really do have to look at what do you want out of your career and how much time do you want to put into it? Are you comfortable hiring all your extra stuff to do that work? Or would you prefer, to be in your commission salon so that you can go home and you can just do your job and not worry about all the extras? Now, you also have to find the right commission salon to fit your needs. But you also, if you're renting or you're in a suite, you have to find the right suite location or rental salon that fits your needs too. So you're always going to have to try to find the best fit. Can I put my prediction in here? What I think?
I'd love to hear it.
Okay.
So with the audience, do we have a drum roll? I don't know if we have a drum roll. Hold on. No, I don't see a drum roll. What do you got?
So I really believe the trend of the future, if you can find the right commission salon fit that treats you well and gives you all the freedoms that we do at Hello, I think your craft in your hair in the salon world, you get to go in, do your job, be creative, everything's taken care of you, from taxes and all that stuff. And then if you want this independent self, like coming out of that, there are so many ways to freelance and do another job where you're not trying to juggle all the jobs within your styling career.
Sure.
But if you're like for me, I love educating. So I freelance, and that's my independent self. I get to teach for color. I get to teach for technology. I get to do weddings on the side. And those are all the things that just make me really happy.
And those are all choices.
Those are choices I get to do. Mm-hmm. And I do them all in the salon too. So when I get...
And we have we have employees that do that.
Yeah. So they
do things outside of the salon.
Absolutely. I think there's a way...
We also don't have a non-compete, and I'm on this fucking tear with non-competes because they
because
really
you should be able
to
do everything you want to do.
Yeah, I would never tell somebody that they can't go do something. So, why are salon owners doing that? Anyways, I
don't
digress.
know. But so when I get so I know for me, come spring, summer, I might want to cut back on all my freelance stuff, just go and do my commission job. And I'm happy with that. And then come the winter or the fall when the kids go back to school, I can pick up some of my side gigs. I feel like I'm doing some independent work. It makes me, just fills my cup. I like doing just some gen work. Like it's just really fun for me. But then when I go into the salon, I get to just be creative and just do hair at Hello and not worry about all the other stuff. Everything's provided for me. And I think there's going to be, as long as commission salons will allow, like we do, this surge in where you're like, I'm creative at my job here and I do some independent work and I can do my independent work so well, I'm not overwhelmed. And it's a really fun mix of everything I'm looking for out of my career. It's just looks different than just one way or the other. That's my prediction. And I think it's where it's going to make a stylist or a service provider or an artist really, really successful and check off all the boxes for what they're looking for.
Very cool. So I would have to agree with that. I don't see a scenario where that's not cool.
Yeah, I think it's just a beautiful marriage of relationships.
You can come in, you can do your hair, and then you can do hair outside.
Whatever independent
or whatever specific things.
Yeah.
If you want to do more, say, editorial stuff and models.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's not your average client coming into a fucking salon. Is not getting like unicorn hair and all this shit. But if that's your thing,
you might find something that helps you freelance that feeds your
we actually offer that.
Yeah,
we offer content creation days, we call them, or social media days, or whatever we call them. But it's basically a free for all. We turn the music up and get some snacks and drinks, and we party. Yeah, it's awesome.
I think there's lots of just avenues your career can go, and it's easy to get this one-way street. I need to be in a suite. I need to be in a renter. I need to be in a commission employee. But what if you did one of them and you can still do other stuff?
Well, I don't think one is necessarily better than the other.
No, it's all what you're looking to get out of it. I think and the work you want to put in.
I think from the people that I've spoken with in this industry, they believe that there is this natural progression that goes like this. School, get your license, go to a commission salon that you're going to hate. Grind for a few years till you have a clientele, go rent. Then you've made it somehow. Now, there are so many things wrong with that. Starting with the school should be helping people understand these different avenues and what fits for who.
And really guiding them to find their right fit.
Correct. So
that might mean multiple salons.
It could be multiple
Might
salons.
be moving places.
But there's no reason that I see that somebody that's prepared, somebody that understands, somebody that has a mentor or some coaching or whatever can't get out of school and immediately get into a rental situation.
Potentially.
Yeah.
You can build your business and you know what that's like and you know how to market. And
right. If you are, driven and you have the focus and you have the help, I think that there's no reason that you have to go through a commission salon. I don't know why people put it in this order. I don't
think people realize that there are, like I said,
options.
So many options out there, and it's yours to decide what's best for you. Not what everyone else did, not what the people did before you, not what the teachers that taught you.
Never fucking.
You really need to lay out your own plan, your own path. Mm-hmm. Follow the yellow brick road.
Agreed. So there's just this disconnect, and I think
you just need help. You need help laying it out. You need help looking at all the options, and you might pick something for today that's not for your ever, but that's going to get you to where you want to be as quick as possible, or that's the path that's the most comfortable for you so that you can stay in this industry. It just depends. Everybody's unique.
That's another conversation that you had recently with somebody, a few people actually, was the forever. A salon was closing, and some people had reached out for just to pick your brain. Mm-hmm. And they were under the impression that their decision was their decision forever. Mm-hmm. And you were like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense.
And they were put in a crap ass situation.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have to now make a decision.
The salon was closing in 2 weeks. Yeah. See you later. You have to go. That sucks. But at the same time,
don't have a panic attack.
You can try something out.
Yes.
It's okay. Say, for example, you want to go to a commission salon, but you kind of want to rent too. You're not sure what to do. Try one.
Yeah.
First of all, don't sign a non-compete so that you can leave.
Right.
And then give a commission salon a shot.
I almost looked.
Or try renting.
And if it's not for you, it's fine.
If it's not for you in 3 months, 6 months, 3 weeks, who cares?
I, on the other side, loved their situation because for me, they didn't pick it. So their world was open to make any decision. And even if it was a poor one, they almost had that last salon to blame. Like if there's something you've always wanted to do.
There was some forced growth there.
Yeah, go choose it. Anyway, I was talking them off the ledge just to not have a panic attack. And it's like, you don't have to make a decision for the rest of your life. You have to make a decision for today that you may not like because you were put in a situation that was not yours. Like, nope, like you were just forced into it. So pick what's best, try something new. And if it doesn't work out, try something else. It's okay. There's no fail here. You just...
Fail here?
Fail here.
I'm going to do a spin-off podcast.
Fail hair. That was good.
Fail hair.
But yeah, I was just there to lend an ear and some advice and try to give them some perspective that just make the best choice you can for the situation you're in. Gotcha.
All right, so listen up. Owners, stylists, we were asked this question. And in regard to salons closing, why would the owners not just sell the salon? Why would they close it? Okay, here's the deal.
Listen up. Not every business is sellable. If you don't have anything to sell.
If you don't have a business, you don't have a business to sell. A lot of people think, and I knew we were talking about this today, mm-hmm. and I had some questions on different things. So I reached out to a friend of mine who does valuations, financial planning. He helps businesses.
He's wonderful.
Great friend of mine. So I spoke with him earlier, and I asked him a question, and the question was, I'll be paraphrasing. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Whatever. Basically, I was like, hey, if somebody came to you and they wanted to sell their business, and they had a logo on the door and some equipment. That's mm-hmm. what a lot of people think a business is. Mm-hmm. You have a logo, so that must be a business, and then you have some equipment.
That depreciates every year, by the way.
Correct. So get yourself an accountant. So he said the best advice I would be able to give that hypothetical person was to get really good at selling hopes and dreams, because there is not a lot to sell.
No.
You can sell a logo. You're not going to make much money off of it at all. He said the equipment is just valued at what the equipment's valued
and
at.
It's generally shit.
It depreciates, and you have to deal with that and account for that, and then you have to list it and then sell it and whatever. But as far as a business, if your end goal is to sell a business, you need to have an actual fucking business. So you need systems, you need a playbook, you need
an accountant,
policies. Well, an accountant wouldn't come with the business, but
no, but it would.
Yes, you need to be able to demonstrate. Okay, so here's a good example. You need to be able to demonstrate numbers
for the business that are actual.
That are actual numbers. So say your salon does, I don't know, $800,000 a year. Okay, good for you. But the owner does $600,000 of that. So the whole thing of selling your business is that you're not going to be there. So your business isn't going to be working off of that 800,000 mark. It's going to be working at a 200,000 mark. And I don't think that a lot of people get that.
No, they don't.
And if you don't have the policies, like, so when
That's why my last business failed. There was nothing to sell. There was nothing there. There was nothing left over, and the furniture was worth nothing. And once you took the two owners out of the business, there was nothing.
There was nothing left. Yeah,
it was negative.
Sure.
There was negative left.
For sure. So, yeah, there was work to do.
But people thought that business was successful. It was not, ever.
So, no, you were successful because you were so busy.
Yes.
You were making plenty of money, but you were also covering shit that you shouldn't be covering.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other podcast. So I want people to really think about when they're choosing these things, or if you're like, maybe I'll be a salon owner, or, whatever option you're looking at. I want you to think long and hard about your end goal, because
that's what you want to set up for.
If you are someone that's like, you know what, I've got 10 years of this left in me. I want to go hard. I want to build a business that I can then sell and retire.
Then you've got to set it up for
awesome. That. Start today. Get some help. Like, don't wait till the morning. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to a financial guy like my guy that I have. So reach out to me and I can set you up with him. He can value your business and then give you a strategy. He's actually going through a process of selling a business right now, or he's in the next month, I think it's officially sold. But there's
you got to set
there's
yourself
a
up
lot
for
of stuff
success.
that you need to do. You have to do it. You cannot forget
about it. You can't just hope that you're going to be able to sell it at the end. You've got to have a strategy to get there.
Right. I don't know off the top of my head, and I have no problem saying I don't know, but I don't know how many years of revenue and positive profits and all those things that you should want to show, or
but you know who to ask to get the information, so you're set up for it.
I'm not considering selling my business, so I haven't gone into that, but if that's your goal, you need to know that stuff, because if someone's like, you need 7 years or whatever, you need 5 years, and you're like, shit, I only have 3 years left on my lease and then I was going to be done. Well, you didn't plan, buddy.
Right.
So plan.
Please.
Anything else?
No.
If you're struggling with this stuff, just reach out. Just reach out to us.
Yeah. We'll put you in the right direction.
We're happy to help.
Or help connect you with the right people.
Yeah, we're great at connecting people with people they need to be connected with, and it is fun for us. So we'll
end on that. Maybe you just need a big hug and
maybe
someone to get you back on your creative inspiration game.
I was not even thinking about hugs.
Hugs are good.
I'm not necessarily the most huggable.
I'll give you a hug.
Okay, Jen will give you a hug. I'll give you some knuckles or a backhand, whatever one you deserve. So
we're here for you.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. We've gotten a lot of great feedback on the podcast lately. So if you're listening, we're going to switch it up a bit. I want you to go to my Instagram page, Many Aprons, and give me a follow. You can check out Jen at Painting All the Hairs. I'll put those in the show notes. Give us a follow. We've got a bunch of fun stuff coming this year. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.